All hail the new edition of Susan's TV channels. My name is still Rustlin, and I'm now you know where I am, in the place where I buy a cabin 50 in the world and see an interesting sight when I have laid out all my belongings. It's for sale, you know. I'm on a mission here. Today, you know how to measure out a slab space when you buy a house? It turns out that to have a stove in 2 halves, there would be a stove in 1 half. So the bank said to smarten up the stove, the fastest savvy in the process. You know who turned out to be quite right, your Uncle Rustlin, who should definitely be put for this video. Like it, guys, like it, girls. Subscribing to the channel is, of course, a must. There's basically quite a lot of room. Couch. Some other stuff, some zoning to eat, so there's room to spread out. The main problem here, by the way, is that it's not the roof that leaks. Here's the nonsense with the sewer, or looking for something. So leaky sewer and leaky shower now. If you buy any house here in California, before he has it, you don't put any dough in it. It's going to be very strange in general, short guys. Here's the place is usually contact, but I decided to come just in case and make sure that really here. The size of this nonsense meat inch on here is 30 exactly straight. Just a little bit male tulka room. Still its own lovely. Simple. The wonderful thing is that since there is no garage here before the garage is built, here I will have a storage room. That is a replacement for my garage. After I build the garage, I'll just throw all this stuff out and put it in the garage. The whole place is so well maintained. I would say so, with the exception of the electrical panel right here. But that's exactly what can be done very easily. This is the part, by the way, part of the whole, it was an old garage. It was completely converted to residential. This job was done pretty well. It was done completely under termites. And it tells the story of this house in San Jose with a jiffy from work in any, by the way, city. You can watch all the action that was made with one house or another with no problems at all, especially in San Jose. Dave. Then I'll do like a sunroof before I buy the real thing, guys. I like to make sure to fuck it all up. That's the gate, right there. Pissed all over it. That's the shed. Fucking introduce him. Hello, 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 hello. Allergies, but the area realized. New. Okay. Apparitions. Albina's his. Charm. Looks. It's on the new normal jet fuel leader, a Ghana Cambeck short. The idea is this shit to tear down. This is this headaches. This is this beautiful piece of shit. Which in principle was also made according to the pyramids. Everything is beautiful, hard straight. Everything is so serious. Thoroughly. It was built in 2003. Very cool construction. In short, it's all fucked up. Fuck this shit that's right here in the front. I'm gonna bring a container here in 1 fucking day. I'm asking the guys to help me with this shit. They're tearing it all the fuck down, and the architect is doing a project on a normal garage. I've got it in my erotic fantasy right now that maybe I want some kind of garage with a 2nd floor, but it's not certain. The thing is that this 6 fit here, they are completely useless. They don't need this fucking thing. I do not understand such Napoleonic plans. Well, as not Napoleonic in principle, everything is easy and simple and understandable, in fact. We're going for the stove. From that the Hospital Avenue, it is somewhere on 25. But after 25th Street became Antanas, that is generally in general American cities. They're made up of downers, and they're the crappiest. Typically, the city is in the one I'm buying now. It's right on the spur of downtown, so it's not as exposed. Actually, to be honest, heavily influenced by this real ghetto tomcat, so to speak. I'd like to point out that here we are huzzahs, too. Lois, Susan Place, he's all that. In the neighborhood, less than 5 minutes. And so I drove by this place here. They always sell flowers, wonderful people. We'd like to welcome you to a very cool store in San Jose that sells melt a little bit of bats. And now I'm going to choose a gas stove to the place I just showed you. No switching. The eliteness of the neighborhood can also be to emphasize that there's a dude standing in the road barbecuing. And there's this place in Santos that sells it. Pleasant, no problem. So what do you see? Weed here, they sell weed. You see, he stands a crowd and right behind the weed. So everyone behind the weed waiting their turn to stock up. And this problem is so high here that just in general, but I am absolutely against any drugs, that is in particular, and alcohol and tobacco smoking in one place, all these people for such people, I will not even hire. If they're saying marijuana is what they call a place called information, there's no information. Planes. Those people who ride those motorcycles, they all smoke marijuana. I have no respect for them. That's why, I'm sorry. They're dope rich, okay? Paradise. And Russia's price is $24.49. Tell me if they're a little shabby. At all. In China is very overdone and that's it. There's nothing. Yaspis. Deal 9 megaphone. Like hearths. Lost half of it.
Alright.
Anyway, there's no gas fuel, but the thing is, can stick electric these sticks for a while, then I'll swap it out for gas for what work here. And dude, voice here, their offices, dude. Installation, voice. Those guys who were unhappy that Hughes Company provides very cool offogenic prices and does cool installations. Here's what these Babaevs are doing. He can't turn shit on. If you see this company, you can spit in his face. I'm just saying, you don't have to do that, so he's giving me a stove. Totally free right now to stick it in her, and then I'll bring it back and gas the beast. Plan donata lawn a future Yerevanyan that file neslarin Samson. Written on a website about give normal always. Nice, just awesome mags picked up now. Totally free, says everything. Says pick up everything. Let's go, trust in the man. I've shopped here at this store for fuck knows how many times actually went. The lodge is beautiful, interesting thesis. By the way, this street is called 13th Street, and it's generally so straight. Elegantly handsome, even said. After a while, I decided to go through the whole thing. Downtown, I can tell her that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very nice. More. So having a pickup truck to drive all sorts of things is just awesome. I have a great desire. Sometimes drowning is downright brutal. Shouldn't I get a Tesla Modulus melt? That's after making the purchase of this house. It's just so very much like that for me. Tough decision, but not that tough in terms of what the fuck I needed at all. That here I am gonna drive it and carry something, no. Very handy in the form factor of a car just like this, but for the fact that it's a 4.2 and has charging issues, It's generally, of course, terrible. Now, I drove with the priest from Taha to San Jose, almost all the way. I drove the whole way. I was driving. I was so high, you can imagine I haven't driven a Tesla for a long time, and I was so high from the fact that how cool it works, it's autopilot. You just have to have it. Normal people, what to pick up then return, they felt the difference, how cool it was. For example, we had a certain installer who moved to another city and has now changed his profession, from the looks of it, but he just really regrets it. Just really regrets it because now he's out there going on flights and so forth. It's very hard for him because he doesn't see his kids and his wife and so forth there. Exactly the same way those people who just worked for us and for some reason there because of some small conflict or something else, or for, I don't understand a word I said, they decide to leave, and they go to some other company or there to rest for a while. I can say for sure that absolutely all the people who have left us, they're about it. I mean, honestly, I guess you could say we took pity, financially speaking, that they left a great, awesome team of us, because the team is just growing the company. I don't know, she's just so cool and awesome. I'm not saying it's as cool as Google, where there's a benefit and they're on vacation or they don't work 4 p.m. and the 5th day they're on vacation. Well, I mean not on vacation, but working from home with this one. All you guys are sorry. Where there isn't a single person I know who doesn't have regrets, I wonder. In short, the stove electric price at the moment is completely free for her now. Stick a photo and someone will say, yes, Ruslan, you would have taken, and from Photoshop. Actually, the trick is that the appraiser can come back again, because the bank will make him come back again and take pictures of the stove being here. So it's very important to physically locate this plate in a very cool way. The fact that there are 2 Garantia tanks here is just inspiring. I'd say the hardest part is that now I'm going to do it in one go. It's beautiful. Wow. Lisa has successfully installed looks simply amazing. Good as new on this side, that's alright. The work here, of course, is like that too. Uncharted territory, but one of the great things I've already checked here is the availability of fiber optic cable. So here will be internet from the company, etc. By the way, someone has arrived. Very curious who. Here's the cool thing about the hose. See how it's supposed to work. For watering anything. The problem is that here now the internet attention. That's what generally straight leaked. Everything straight through completely past the problem. Vladimir Salvador, the problem solved guys. Now what kind of person came to my territory? Stood up. I think it will be a problem if it's a neighbor, because he feels that supposedly he has the power here. They don't have any power? Next 15 bed like this, so here's the other side. My job now on them is to start telling them that I love and respect them so they don't do it again. Oh, by the way, not here 2 more. It's a cool sale, apparently very successful. That's why the car is very cool. Oh, in Krasnodar, south. Allah. Yeah, face, how's that Varus? Anders says, washes. It's not the neighbors. It's just not the trade. Going, comrade, well done. Send them earlier. For a sale from the pilfered goods, sells, maybe her own stuff. It's called a garage sale in America. Let's go home. So dear friends, it just so happens that I'm off. On Ruslan and Elena Gafarov X course, but it's not called Korshina, it's called Silicon Valley Immersion Tour, into the Silicon Valley culture called this entire course torso course about. By the way, That's already when Alina came here Tarko times such a Californian number. I am a Tatar, she is a Tata. I do not welcome, of course, such national features. Choice from the rooms, but overall funky. I wouldn't write myself a Tatar. Like I'm in jail, by the way. Like subscribe. That's the way the fight goes around here. About 40 people gathered. All Russian speaking. Everyone's living with it. Fuck knows in all sorts of different places around the world. This one, for example, is from Poland. And there's someone from Dubai. Someone who lives in Barcelona. All more or less speak Russian. Who's talking bad. But nevertheless, the tour is very interesting. It's been half a day. I can say that I have learned a lot of useful things and will be applying these things at your company is kind of hardcore. Sure, but some will like it, some won't like it. I'll switch. Let's go to the center of the fleet compass, more than 40 people, Russian-speaking people. Because I have basically walked here many times already, I basically understand a lot of things in terms of what I know here. But I learned a lot of interesting things that I did not know, because the main speakers here are students of Stanford itself. I don't. By the way, here's a student, I recognize him. He was the video at Marina's gravesite. Here's that guy, that curly-haired guy. Here he is now with the microphone. We should probably go on this tour. If interested, that is. It's not interesting, we don't switch. Monday is the most magical day of the week. I'm still on my man-made tour, but because of what I have to do in the city of Santos, I decided to half a day and bring me the gifts of Mitsubishi, which I've got in these magic bags. Hello? You know what his name is. We need to think of a name for him. Listen, write in the comments. What is his name from this dude sit on Igora looks like? Because at Gala to name also Zari. And yes, and sticker here is his height high. So look. Yes, well come on, do beautifully in here. Two things solemn, I take you off. So guys, here's the physicist, and here's Stanley the dealer. Have you seen the dealer 2022-23? Definitely awards. So here, happening. No, into some kind of training? Do they do everything in English? First year in English, can you imagine the guys? Today the video came out, I can't live like this anymore buying a house again. I liked this comment. Put my heart in it. I'm reading it. I adore Tesla, but there are on Ford Love My Sons on live. We're of the millionaire, but buy a plywood house. We have it called. And there the American dream. For fuck's sake. Yeah, it's funny, of course, the man's good. It just kinda hit me in the gut, but I really like it. Sure, on the one hand it may seem that way, but on the other hand, this is what I call actually a matter of priorities. Tesla, love it, but ride a Ford, because I like the form factor, specifically the pickup truck. When the Star Trek comes out, I will definitely buy it. This one. When I bought the Ford, this one, it cost $84,000. It doesn't mean I couldn't afford to buy a Tesla. I still have a Tesla that... I love it, but my sales are riding on it. I'm giving it to him. As for the plywood house, here's the next video coming out explaining why this is the case. Why do I choose a plywood house? As for living without my sons, we have certain rules when my sons live with me, so it's all fine. Guys, from your lofty vantage point, things look a little different. Your opinion is always taken into consideration, especially if they are so heartfelt, your comments. I just love them, especially one like this one. In our country, it's called peach, and they're the American dream, think about it. And you about it, think about the priorities in your life, and then judge others, here especially bloggers. But the comments, of course, generally scored just 5 points. Well, 10 points out of 10 is 100. The project is just handsome adore. Day 5 of the tour 9. Then an honorary plaque with my name on it, we were brought to Coach Island, which translates to Treasure Island with the coolest view of San Francisco. And then you see all the tourists stop. Well, very interesting. Lavada time he has due to the fact that I've been to San Francisco many times. And this tour implies that we need to show tourists the city of San Francisco. I'm a little uninterested in this particular moment, and I'm treated in the evening already to a... So I'm gonna take a little break for a gray US lunch. There's a bus waiting right there, and the whole party's happening right here. Mixed up, money for all sorts of different... to the offices of various corporations, on such a wonderfully comfortable bus. There's even a restroom at the end, can you believe it? It's very pretty, convenient, and cool. Guest. Can you believe it? What did I come here to do? Yaroslav, you know what we brought with our stuff? Can you imagine? Everything has already started moving us in even tomorrow. Only when it will be official one day kind of pop from buying the house. Tomorrow is Friday on the contract, and we have already moved in. And today already had Glory and Togo come here to see how to install air conditioning. An important moment. The solemn handing over by Realtor Irina Boro, the best Realtor Valerie, who makes any transaction very easy and relaxed. The keys to the RA house. Bro, so let's see, what's Natalie's story? In addition, the house honors small gifts from the realtor here. And also, since this is our, which is a joint transaction, you see the Mozart account bought, sold yes, yes, 3 another 9 series yes. Now this one is 4 Siriega Laskin Stanislav Makarovich. But we will not name them because it is their ruling. So it's a pleasure to work with such a well-known and significant person who is known by everyone. And I'm honored. I'm proud to have such a client. Thank you. And so, in addition to that gift waiting inside, I'm offering that on a 4-person sale. So where is it, a Santa Cruz or a Monterey? Okay, I got my son one of these. Okay, I'll take it. We went inside. Yeah, look, it's still waiting. Bulkum, my name is Ruslan. I want to thank Elena and Ruslan for just their awesome tour of the place where I have been living for 7.5 years. They helped. Here are all the guys. And generally, the whole environment helped to rethink and reevaluate the possibilities of this place. I'm going to be fluffing people here even more. Now more moved to America because all my YouTube, all my blogging there, Instagram and stuff about how great the guys here are. Come to me, then right not well, no shit there, you have all bad. In fact, here I basically now understand, now at least, what is investment. What is venture capital, I think, and what are they bizarre there? Don't talk to them about anything at all. I'm in my element on this construction site, digging with a shovel. Now, I'm like this in principle. I realize that it's basically possible to just not dig. It just kind of drips on its own. In 23 years, something will come out. On one of the days of the tour, an opportunity to get into the house. The awesome, badass entrepreneur, David Yang. Here's his house. I'll tell you in a moment. A quirk? Maybe? Or maybe not. I've been about this house before. Silicon Valley is home to people who aren't shy about inviting a bunch of strangers to their swanky, awesome house. They are, of course, all proven. All passed, man. Background check, but still, it's very cool and brave. I would I would lack probably in fees. This do special attention pay, special attention to flooring transitions, wood, cork, python, carpeting. Again, wood, like for builder, this just can... Here, definitively, from what they did here, imagine here is the pool. This infinity here somewhere, Trump's residence is nearby. To buy land in this area, you need to meet everyone, talk to everyone, imagine how to make a peach about yourself. And then only they will let you, the people of that chica neighborhood, buy your land. And you have to coordinate with everybody to make sure everybody likes the project. I realize that the Darwin Award is not just words and decked out here, the most interesting milking. It is not. Meetings you don't schedule, just like that, to come to the Crimea Valley for a week, is to learn nothing about it. Even for 2 weeks you have to live here. If you live here for a month, half a year, you start to be surrounded by random encounter. Somebody called, says, come here. We have a poetry reading, or we have music, or just cut off some mishap. Not that you meet people you could never meet if you did. Valia. A very important historical moment called everything this was all about. It's the owners that matter. This life. A beautiful trio. Valka. There's a firu banner only this kind of depth look. Guess make volume here for sure. Members. Criticized our, we'll fit a month, we'll fit here, we'll live here alley. Yeah, this is our room. What's so many years, what's more than that? So that's how you should be here yesterday, Sergey. Fixed it. Come on, I'll show you something. Follow me. What else is there? And that's the right question, because there's what? Garage. But like a garage. Is the counting apartment going to rent this? You know, I don't want to use the bathroom here. You don't want to live next to someone. Well, if someone's gonna pay me money, I'm all over you. Do you want to drive? Hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake firmly, deciding to chew up. The problem with having a pickup truck is that you use it all the time and apply a lot of your strength. Ours tore a piece of cloth, so he's a Raphael. Brought me a gas stove that's beautiful. Over there it says Ruslin and Snore. Stove prom listen at all beautifully. Oh well, such a price. But to me, he will sell like 1,119 or 11,999. In general, the floor here is very prices are so generally, in addition to democratic, I would say a good store to all recommend. I want one of those refrigerators that comes with a TV. I, of course, realize that the refrigerator will not serve so long, or rather the TV, but nevertheless because I am sick of such refrigerators, when they have a freezer on top. Here's a little gent, and they sell little gent refrigerators like this. But specifically for rental property, it's just perfect. I also want a refrigerator, along with ace makers for the generator. That's what it's called in Russian. And if you remember, at Mozart's, I used to buy these refrigerators, the best ones ever. Samsungs in general are easy. What do you want? And to me, it's from the other side. There's motorcycles. What kind of motorcycles do you do? Let's go and show you motorcycles. That it's a Trenkai. Yeah. I know's often a man of the water. On it. Give me where. How does it stink? Of course it smells in here. Smells, yeah. Shit, smiley faces. Motorcycle is my Drenor does, so that's right. Ah. Turn? Well, here you go. Well, stove is installed. Gas has not been connected yet. Will not be disconnected yet. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, listen to this. It's not that short on the other side. The stove is just the fire of it. So dear friends, I want to say thank you for watching this video. You see me moving in already? We're moving with Yara until we see you in the new video, or here at our place. California so far.